You're getting better at this.
I'm not in control. Don't want to know what's in there. I'm scared of her. I would swap her to have him back. She can't hear you. She can't. She's very articulate.
Kill him, or I kill you.
Do you want a drink?
If it's fun you're after, you've come to the right place.
I'm on the dark side.
Welcome to Kermode Uncut. I want to talk to you about a thorny issue to do with film criticism. The issue of reviewing a movie whilst referring to other movies. I got a message on Twitter the other day. Somebody said, I enjoyed your T2 Trainspotting review, and I enjoyed it because it wasn't full of references to other movies that I haven't seen. More of this, please. And my immediate reaction was to bridle slightly and then think, well, actually, if it wasn't full of references to other movies, then somehow I had let the side down. See, I am definitely somebody who, when talking about movies, talks about other movies at the same time. I'll give you an example. I was recently reviewing Prevenge, the new film by Alice Lowe, who wrote, directed and stars in it. It's a story about a pregnant woman who becomes a serial killer at the insistence of her unborn child, apparently. And I liked the film very much, seen it a couple of times. And when I was writing my review for a newspaper, I started referring to other films that it reminded me of. I mean, Rosemary's Baby is obviously an influence. And then the music kind of evokes the Goblin scores of Dario Argento's movies. But there's one sequence, particular sequence, which called to mind a very, very famous moment from Andrzej Żuławski's film Possession. It's a sequence set in an underpass in which we see Alice Lowe writhing in the distance, and it absolutely seemed to me to be a reference to that film. However, I wondered whether I had perhaps overstepped the mark by assuming that it was deliberate. So I got in touch with Alice Lowe on Twitter, said, look, I just want to check. That is a nod to Possession, isn't it? And she very kindly got back in touch and said, yes, it absolutely is. I love Possession. It's a great film. And she also pointed out a couple of other references that I hadn't picked up on. And this felt very satisfactory to me. I spotted the Possession thing, but I hadn't noticed the reference to Jonathan Glazer's Birth, which is an interesting film. And as I was doing it, I started thinking, am I falling into that trap of writing about other movies rather than the movie itself? And I thought, no, I'm not. What I'm doing is contextualizing. See, as far as I'm concerned, if film criticism has any role at all, it is contextualization. It's putting a movie within the landscape of cinema and seeing how it relates to other films. Does everyone have to do it? Well, absolutely not. It's perfectly possible to watch a film like Prevenge and have no interest in the other films that it relates to. And occasionally, it can take your eye off the ball. Occasionally, you can end up writing or doing a review that just ends up like a list of other films. And I'm sure that I have fallen into that more than others. The fact of the matter is it's something that I do habitually, and I'm not going to stop. But nor am I going to apologize for it, because I think it's important. Films relate to other films. Films are part of film culture, and contextualizing those films is kind of what a critic does.
Negativity's not good for the baby's spirit, really. Do you think?